Kia ora everyone, and welcome to our accommodation panel discussing the residential experience. My name is Sinead Fisher. I am one of the residential experience officers here at the University of Auckland Accommodation, and I am joined here by two of our residents, one from Carlo Park Student Village and one from Te Tirohanga. I'll let you both introduce yourselves.
Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Richard. My pronouns he, him. I've come from China. I've been here for 5 years and I'm loving it. So I'm in my second year studying marketing and management.
Great.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm from the UK. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm here on an exchange year and I study environmental science as my degree.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for both joining us. I'm going to be asking you some questions just about what it's like to live in our accommodation. So the first question, could you tell us about how you learned about the accommodation?
So being an international student, my uni kind of prompted us that we could live in university halls, my home university. So they kind of gave us the direction, and then I kind of found it through the website, and then it kind of fit what I was looking for, so I chose my accommodation.
So for me, I got to know all the accommodations while I was in year 13 here. And I actually came to the open day with all my friends, so we checked all of them out. Oh,
brilliant. Amazing. So why did you decide that you wanted to live on campus here with us?
Obviously coming overseas, it's quite a bit daunting to kind of be living in a new country. There's a lot to get used to before you even arrive. And so it's quite helpful to already know that you're going into like a place that's quite supportive. There's other people going through the same experiences. I'd heard from like staff and things when I was just, you always have those little queries and like emails that it was a lot of international students. So it felt like the right choice to go there and live on campus and really get into kind of the community of the University of Auckland.
For me, a lot of my friends were coming to University of Auckland and decided to stay on campus. So it made sense for me to do the same, and I was really looking forward to meet friends and meet new people through this experience, which I have made so many friends already, and I'm really happy about that.
That's amazing. I love that. Is there anything about the application process that you wish that you had known before applying or going through that process?
Yes. So I actually spent quite a lot of effort in applying for all the accommodations I stayed in. So I stayed in Waipa last year and this year at Carlo. So for both of them, I actually took them quite seriously. And I know for both of them, they are quite competitive. A lot of students want to come. So I recommend students to take it seriously, just to, it's a good chance for you to write up about yourself, for the RAs, your managers, to get to know you before you move in. So that would be my advice.
So moving on to once you arrived here, what was moving into your residence like for you?
Oh, it was chaotic. It was chaotic and hectic. Yeah. But I say it was exciting chaos. It was very, very fun. I remember the first day I was moving in Waipa in my first year. All these students we were on the same floor. There were like 24 of us. Every student's door is open, so you just kind of go room hopping and get to know new people. So we went together we walked to the domain together, and my room was still in a mess. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first day moving in. Yeah. Such an experience.
What about for you?
I arrived in kind of a very chaotic, jet-lagged haze at like 1 a.m. in the morning into the country. And then, I mean, it's so good that the university have like airport pickup, which was so nice because it's 1 a.m. in the morning in the airport and you just want to go somewhere and sleep, and 30 hours of like flights have really take their toll. So it was really nice, especially when we arrived and one of the RAs greeted us, and she was lovely. She's still my RA because she's the one for my floor, and I love her. She's so lovely and kind, and I still speak to her. And yeah, it really was really nice to meet her, and she showed us to where we were staying, like our rooms, and it was so nice. And then my first day I obviously went to sleep at 1 a.m. but my first day was lovely because I met some people literally just cooking for the first time in the kitchens, and somebody across from me, I could hear like a Dutch kind of accent, and I was like, oh, are you international? And we met, and we then went on, don't ask me why we did this when we were both really, really jet lagged, but we walked 2 hours to Kmart to buy kitchen stuff. I still don't know, because it's 2 hours there, 2 hours back, jet lagged, but it was so much fun, and like it's still ingrained in our mind that anytime we go past a Kmart, we're like, oh, that was our first day buying things. And we walked back with like plates and knives and all the kitchen stuff, and yeah, it was really fun. Yeah,
it's a good memory to have of that experience, right?
No, it's so nice.
Well, on that, you're talking about going and buying things for your place. What would you recommend bringing from home with you when you travel over here?
So everyone gets advice from different countries and like people who have gone and stuff, and nobody had really come from University of Auckland, just with like COVID and stuff, from my university for a while. So I got the advice to bring like very practical clothing, and someone said don't take too many clothes, which is very good advice because you've got to remember to bring like your whole life in one suitcase. Yeah. Which, on a side note, paying for the extra luggage and like the extra kilos, very much worth it. Really do it, and really do bring like the practical stuff. But something that I feel like I should have done is bring more of the stuff that I actually wear on the day to day. You know, like the nice jackets and the stuff that you actually really enjoy wearing and feels like gives you confidence, because I brought a lot of practical stuff and now I just feel practical all the time. Yeah, but it is also important to bring like beauty, this sounds really weird, but like beauty stuff, medical stuff, like any skincare and things, because some things are just not here, or you'll end up like researching brands and trying to find alternatives, and it's stressed out a lot of people when they've not got what they need. So that is really recommended. And things like bedding, I know that's like a weird one, but it is really nice to kind of have your own like duvet or like maybe pillowcase, just something familiar, which is quite lightweight.
Cool.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and want to make an emphasis on duvet. It's so important. It's like it's such an important part of your life. You know, you spend 12 hours, or maybe not 12 hours, maybe 8 hours every day on it. And I mean, I've got a set of really nice duvet that are really comfortable, and I just enjoy every night when I go to bed and just be able to get a comfortable sleep. And some of my friends I know, they chose some cheap duvet materials, and they've been struggling. Yeah,
with kind of like the scratchy kind of materials.
Yeah.
How have you found making friends here, and do you have any tips for international students in going about that?
I mean, I can go first. Okay. Yeah. So I arrived obviously at 1 a.m. and I was cooking, and so I met one of my really close friends just by cooking and hearing her accent and being like, oh, are you international? I'm quite extroverted, so it is kind of easy for me to kind of talk to people, but I know that some of my friends are more introverted. If you are kind of an introverted, it's important to say that an extrovert will adopt you, especially in where I live. You will be adopted. It's very communal. You have no choice. You'll be taken in by a group, and that's it.
That's great.
The only thing is quite important to be there within like the first week. I think it's very it's not like if you come later you won't make friends, but I think that those friendships form because you're all just suddenly there and you're all together in this very communal space and you're just there. The really random tip that is a very anecdote. Okay, so I am a bit mad for doing this, but the important thing is you walk into the lifts at my accommodation, and if I heard, like, if there was a few people, not if there was one person because that's weird, but if there's a few people, I just go, oh, is anyone international? Like, because a lot of people had just arrived, and then I met like quite a few people that way, including I walked into a lift, it was all girls. I was with this friend that I had just made, and I was like, oh, hi, is anyone international? It was all Americans on the same program. They all answered me in unison and were like, we all are, like all the exact same words. And we're like, oh, hi, Charlotte. I was like, hi, I'm Charlotte, I'm from the UK. And they're like, hi, Charlotte. And then they all said bye in unison. It was a surreal experience, but it's so funny because if we ever see them again, like, it's just, Yeah, it's really funny, but the lift games are quite fun, at least for the first few days. I wouldn't recommend continuing it because then you look mad, but the first few days you can get away with it and you meet a lot of people.
Oh, that's such a cool idea. I never thought of that before.
Yeah, no, it's really funny.
Yeah.
That's how I like learned about like countdown and like where to go and get food, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, I don't know, the lift games kind of saved me in my first few days, but I did look a bit like a nutter. A lot of people do know me as the woman from the lift, but yeah.
It's a really great way of meeting people.
Yeah, no, because you get to know everyone, and then when you see them in the kitchen, you can start like chatting to each other, or you'll just run into each other and you'll be like, oh, hi. And like I still speak to people that I met in the lifts, even if they're not in my like close friendship group that I've done a lot with. Like we'll randomly just talk, and then I won't see them for like a few days, and then I'll just talk to them again. And no, it's really fun. Yeah.
I think you shared a really good example on how to find that Me Too moment with people, how to find people that are similar to you, like have a similar background, where you can build a connection really quick in a in a short time. I think for my advice, I'll share something about finding people that are different to you. So what I find that a lot of international students, they come here, they tend to always go for the same people that they know, or we just have the tendency to hang out with people that are similar to us. But from speaking from my own experience, I recommend to have this that's this open attitude, that you are proactive, always look out, seeking for people that are slightly different in your background.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is very interesting as well.
Yeah.
When you are actually curious about that people who are different to you, you start to learn that different culture. You still to learn different language.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to see that.
Like the diversity of it all. Yeah, it's really lovely, and hearing everyone speak their languages and all the different foods and stuff people are cooking. Yeah,
exactly.
No, I agree with you,
New Zealand, Auckland is such an international place. There's so many different cultures here, and it's just such a good opportunity for us to get to know them all. In that way you can also meet friends from this multicultural experience.
Yeah, from places that you just never even really think of, some places, and it's so lovely. It really is. It's really nice to like meet people. I will say the only person that I haven't met, I've met people from all over the world. I have one Kiwi and she's not allowed to go anywhere. She's in our friendship group, and she's our one Kiwi that we have in TT, and we love her. But no, that's it. It's so nice to meet everyone, and
definitely.
Cool. So another question I'd like to ask you both is, why did you choose to live in the residence that you're living in this year? So you're living at Carlaw Park. What was it about Carlaw Park that drew you in?
Right, so Carlaw Park, the most attractive part of it was the flatting experience. So I actually applied with 3 of my other friends. And we tried to apply to be in a flat of 4 people. But unfortunately, 2 of them pulled out. However, this year...
Oh, bless you.
Thank you. But this year, so me and my girlfriend, we got put with 3 other just random students this year. But it actually turned out really well. We loved them. I loved how quickly people get to know each other here at Carlaw, and we've been doing quite a few flat meals together and become really good buddies.
That's really great. And you're at Te Tirohanga. What was it about Te Tirohanga that you liked so that you applied for it?
So I really do love, this is going to sound really controversial, but I love communal living. Obviously it has its downsides. We all know what living with lots of people can be like, but it's so nice just to have that community. Like even if you're living on different floors, you meet so many different people, and it's so lovely to always meet those like unexpected people. Like even though I've been here 2 months, I'm still meeting new people who live in the same thing, and so I've seen them around, but I've not really got to know them. And then they're sat with you at the table at dinner, and then you're chatting, and then you're learning about them, and it's so nice. It's really lovely. And I love that it's really lovely in Te Tirohanga. Everything feels very new, and we've got like the sky deck and the music rooms, and like the whole of B1, which is like a floor with pool tables and stuff, is really nice, and it's just really communal, and it's lovely. I really like the rooms as well. They've got really good views being so high up, and
Cool. Love that. That sounds great. So now the next question I'd like to ask, what kind of support that you get from our accommodation staff that you find is quite valuable to you?
I mean, sorry.
No, you go. You go.
I mean, this year at Carlo, I think somewhere is really safe. It's very supportive. Just the whole environment, the whole space is very nice. And I don't really see that I need a RA there to help me. But at the same time, having an RA that I know I can talk to whenever I have a problem or have anything that I need help with, I know there's someone that's going to help me. It's really nice.
Yeah,
TC, it's lovely for the staff. I've not met any of the bad staff of where I live. They're so lovely. They're just. And I feel like a lot of places that I have lived before, it feels like the staff are kind of a bit separated. And obviously they are, because they're obviously working there. But also they're always down for a chat, and they are very much like a part of the community. Like sometimes I'll just be walking through, there's like the doors, and then you have to go through to like the lifts and the stairs and the reception kind of area. And I'll come in, I say hello to the people working behind the desk, particularly like Jaspreet or like Mandarin, she's like sat there. And it's lovely, like you start greeting them, they kind of like become very friendly. And I'll come back and just talk to them about like their day, or if we see each other, we'll just sort of smile in public and then talk about it later when we get in the accommodation. No, it's really nice. I feel like there's a very close relationship with the staff and the RAs. I know them quite well, and I think they talk a lot to people, and they obviously live in the building, so they live on some people's floors, and it's really nice. It doesn't feel, there's no like distinction. It kind of feels very integrated and very nice and warm, and there's obviously they do their jobs, but it doesn't feel very stiff, if that makes any sense. It feels really relaxed and nice. And
they're just like friends to us. They're not like teachers or staff members. They're just friends there. No,
it's really nice, isn't it? I'm sure like the Carlo staff are the same. It's really nice. And if there's any issues, like the issues never go, I mean the issues come up in all places, but they don't go very far, because you do feel like you can talk to the RAs or the staff. So it always feels really nice, even if it's like, sometimes being an international student, obviously like you've got all these weird issues that suddenly pop up, and then I'll be like, Jaspreet, I need to get a job. How do I do this? And he'll be writing me out like a list of all the steps that I need to take to go, or where's the best place to get food, just like count, like there's supermarkets about, or their experiences. They're really, really helpful and lovely. Yeah.
And for both of you, as international students, how have you found integrating into the University of Auckland, and what's your experience been like of that?
Right. So I've been here for 5 years. In terms of integrating into the university as international students, I think I don't feel as strong as the new international students might be feeling like. But in my opinion, I think everyone's got their own challenge, and it's not just international students who are integrated into university life. Everyone's getting into this new space. And in my opinion, just embrace it. So, just like you said, when you see someone, just, greet them, when you sit in your class, greet people around you and make friends with them. It's not that hard, and people love to have a chat.
Yeah, they do. Especially like, it's so controversial, but if something goes wrong, is the best time to laugh about it with somebody. Like if you're running around like looking for somewhere and you've noticed someone from your class doing the same, like that is the golden opportunity to talk to them, because you just bond over this like mutual panic. Or just even like, or if you hear somebody and just, it always feels a bit awkward, but then you talk to somebody and then you do get to know them, and you get into the swing of it quite easily.
It's really about the shared experience. We all come together here in Auckland at Auckland Uni, and we all share the same experience here, and that is very valuable. And it's someone you can bond to people together with.
Especially like the societies I found are really good to kind of bond people together, especially because a lot of the international students, at least on the exchange, we kind of interact together because it's a lot easier to approach somebody that you know is also like international and has that shared experience. But I feel like the societies are really nice to join people who are there obviously studying full time, whether they're international full time or they're obviously Kiwi. And yeah, no, I really like it. The one that I love the most is the Tramping Club.
Cool.
I think it's a really lovely society that even if you're not really into walking, like they did beach cleanups and they join with other ones, and it's really nice and it's really communal.
That sounds really cool. I used to be in the badminton club, so I've got a bunch of friends to play badminton with, and I've got friends to play basketball together with, and I'm in the marketing and design collective where I meet all my fellow marketing students. So I think it's also about what you're interested in, and find people who have the similar interest. Yeah,
like I know a lot of people have gone climbing or like the skiing or the snow sports. And they've really loved it. Like they've gone away over the mid-semester break with them or on trips, and they don't really know a lot of people there, but they end up like sleeping in rooms or in the car with people, and they've made some really good friends for it and they've really enjoyed it. So I think that they're a good like an in. Yeah. But
absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Another question that I'm really interested to know. So we have quite a lot of events that we have in all of our residences and all throughout accommodation. What has been one of your favourite events that you've experienced so far living with us?
Oh, this is interesting. I enjoy the most, it has to be the casino end of semester party at Carlo.
Nice.
So yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
So everyone was dressed up and we...
Oh, lovely, with like the fancy clothing.
Yes,
exactly. That's always lovely,
So they set up a dance pool at the foyer at Carlo.
Nice,
so I was actually dancing there for the night.
Oh, that's lovely,
which was quite silly, but it's always interesting when you're doing silly things together with other people.
No, it's those fun things. It's the like the bit more of the mad things that always are like the best memories, like the unexpected. Yeah. No, I think for me it was like, I can't remember what they called it, but it was sort of like paint and sip.
Paint and sip,
So they had like cheese and like crackers and Italian sausages and like nice little bits, like a lovely selection of food. And then you got like a canvas and paints and drinks, and it was really nice to kind of just all join together and just chat while doing. Some of the creations are really nice. It's just funny to see what everybody does. And some of them, they came out really well. There's a really funny cat one that kind of looks like, the Scream picture? Like, the Pablo Picasso where he's got like his hands, like the emoji as well, and the cat's kind of looking like that. And it just makes me laugh every time I go for the lift because it's been put up and it's
on
really
display
nice
for you all to see every day.
Yeah, but it was so funny. And if anybody looks on the Facebook page, you'll find me looking like a cat because my friend like did the nose, and then I was like, you've got to go the full thing. So I've got it like all over my face. And I actually went out after this event and I started talking to people and I forgot that I had paint all over my face, and I had like the seriousest conversation with the straightest face, and I just looked like a cat in it. So there is a picture of me with that. But it was so much fun, and everyone was just mixing, and it was so nice to see. And the other one which was lovely was the hangi.
Awesome,
which was really nice to kind of experience like Maori food and the potato salad at the end. That they were like, we've got Maori food and the potato salad. But it was so lovely, and it was really nice just to chat to people I hadn't seen for a while and sit on the floor and experience something new.
Amazing. I'm so glad that you enjoyed those events and that you had a great time. That's really cool. Final question for you both. Do you have any final words or any final tips for international students that are thinking of moving over here and living in accommodation with us?
I'll probably let you go first.
Do you want to go first, or I don't mind?
Okay. I don't mind.
I need
I'll go first.
Second to compose in my brain.
Yeah, definitely. So I say, enjoy the time, make the most of it. It's such a cool place. I enjoyed so much while I was living in Kalo and Waipa, and you know, all these nights that we went out together, and all these times that we walk to the domain, we go to the gym together with all my friends, and I know I'm going to miss Kalo a lot. I just know it. So every single moment I'm there, I'm just, you know, trying to enjoy it. And it's uni life, you know. It's the most fun part, I'd say, in your life. So make the most of it.
No, I agree. I think it's lovely. I'm going to miss my accommodation when I go. I think the important thing to remember when you're an international student, there's 2 golden rules. You will make friends, and if you're getting on a flight, bring a jacket with lots of pockets and trousers, because it will come in handy very, very much for your flight. But no, I think the important thing is to remember that you do have to put yourself out there and kind of exceed that comfort zone, but you will make friends. There are so many lovely people, especially in my accommodation. It's very communal and it's very nice. It's lovely, and yeah, once you get over the jet lag, you will love New Zealand. If you can make it through those few days, you will love New Zealand. For the first day, I was walking to the countdown on my first day, and I saw a ship to Sweden. I don't even live in Sweden, but I was like, take me back to Europe. I want to get on it. But if you can make it through the jet lag, all will be good. You will make friends, you will get used to things, and you will work stuff out, like all the technical bits. You may not be that kind of adult yet with banks and insurances and stuff, but you will become it, and then you will turn into your mother, but it will all be good.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
I still remember the very first couple of weeks while I came to New Zealand, and that was hard, man. That was just hard. Everything is so difficult. You know, going to a different country, you know, you have to set up, you know, new bank account, you know, small things like that. It can be really challenging. But look at me now, I'm really loving it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like that first week is kind of like a bit of a fever dream. Like I walked up Mount Eden like 3 days in with a whole bunch of international students. I went out, like there was so many fun memories that I love, but also I look back on it and I was like doing insurance and jet lag, and I was doing most of these things at like 5 a.m. in the morning when my brain was like, we've had a nap and it's the middle of the afternoon and it's 5 a.m. with the 11 hours difference. But no, it will be good. And I think a lot of people have worried before they came about how it's going to affect kind of relationships. I know this is not almost accommodation, but it does kind of come in with making new friends and then leaving kind of old friends. You will still be fine with relationships back home. It is hard with time differences, and you're kind of in a new life, you're very busy, but it is okay. You do find ways around it, and you're always busy, but it does go okay, is what I want to say. You will have a lot of notifications on your phone, but you will get back to them, and your friends will understand, and your family and stuff. So it'll be okay. You won't be alone, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Brilliant. Great. Well, thank you both. Really appreciated talking with you today.
Oh, that was really fun sharing.
No, it was so lovely. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching this session. If you do have any questions about applying for accommodation, feel free to pop us an email at accom@auckland.ac.nz, or if you'd like to check out some of our residential experience, feel free to follow us on Instagram, yourway.accommodation.